Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm TRS instructor Derek Smith, and today I want to talk to you about something that I talk about in all my videos. I figure if I put it in this one video and you watch this video, I won't have to mention it much anymore in my subsequent videos when I'm talking about different types of scenarios. That thing is called Cooper's Situational Awareness Color Code. And basically, it is a way that I use and law enforcement use to describe principles of personal defense. So back in 1972, Colonel Jeff Cooper published a book called Principles of Personal Defense. And one of his main contentions was that carrying a weapon was only a minor part of defending yourself and personal safety. The more critical factor was the willingness to use that weapon. So Cooper's Situational Awareness Color Code, often written as Cooper's Color Code, is part of that preparation. So I want to talk to you about that code and describe what the colors mean to you as I go through it. Hey, before I get into everything, I've got a quick announcement. FightFast has to put together some ultra brutal, fight-ending moves that YouTube won't allow on their platform. They're pretty ugly, but when it hits the fan and your life is on the line, you'll be glad you know these. This lethal training is yours for free. Just get to the description below and click on the link. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, let's look at what was the intent of the Jeff Cooper Code. So he developed a code to help condition individuals like you and I who may have to use our weapons for self-defense or even our body for self-defense. It's essentially an if-then logic sequence that we use that guides you from a relaxed state to a combat state. So by following that sequence, you can logically justify firing your weapon in self-defense or using your hands and feet in self-defense. So let's talk about who can utilize this color code. Basically, Cooper initially created the color code for military and police forces, and that's where I learned it. As you all probably know, I served in the Air Force, Army, and Navy in law enforcement and combat operations. Also, I was law enforcement for over 20 years. As a matter of fact, I'm still a reserve officer with a police department here in Maryland. So first, it was for us. It was for military and it's for police. And military organizations and police forces use this Cooper color code for training purposes even today. Now, it's also a valuable tool for private individuals who are concerned about self-defense and feel a need to be prepared to defend themselves. Let's talk about how does Cooper's code apply to you and how you can use this, and basically what this color code is. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of every one of the colors, and you see the colors on the slide that I have for you, but I'm going to give you a breakdown of colors and I'm going to talk about what they mean. Now, I want to take a step back just for a second. Colonel Jeff Cooper was basically a legend in the shooting and self-defense world. So in addition to being instrumental in refining and popularizing a lot of modern pistol and self-defense techniques, he was an advocate for being a prepared armed citizen, which is what I and TRS is trying to prepare you for. He believed that most important survival tool was your mind, how you think. So to help people prepare the mind for danger, he taught what is now known again as that Cooper color code. The most important means of survival in lethal confrontations, according to Cooper, is neither the weapon nor the martial arts skills or martial skills that you have if it's shooting or stick fighting or knife fighting, whatever it is. The primary tool is for you to have a combat mindset. So he presented an adaptation of the Marine Corps system to differentiate different states of readiness. And that color code, which was actually introduced by him, had nothing to do with tactical situations or alertness levels. Rather, it had to do with your state of mind. So as he often taught, it relates to the degree of danger or peril that you're willing to do something about. And this allows you to move from one level of mindset to another to enable you to properly handle a given situation. Cooper did not claim to have invented anything in particular with the color code, but he was apparently the first person to use it as an indication of mental state. So let's go ahead and go through the different conditions that we have in the color code. First, we have condition white. Condition white means unaware and unprepared. And this is a condition you should try to avoid at all times. You're probably going to lose a fight if you walk around in condition white. One of the only times that you should be in condition white is when you're sleeping, right? And even then, you wouldn't consider yourself unprepared. You're just unaware because you're asleep. So if you're attacked in condition white, the only thing that may save you is the inadequacy or the ineptitude of the particular attacker. So when you're suddenly confronted while in this condition, your immediate action will probably be, oh my goodness, this can't be really happening to me. Most people spend much of their lives in this state of mind. And I'm trying to get you to train out of that. Condition white are those people you see on their cell phones walking around and running to a pole or reading a magazine at a dangerous train station or whatever it may be. You don't want to find yourself in that condition. Next is condition yellow. So this is relaxed alert stage is what he used to call it. So yellow means you're aware of what's happening around you, but you do not perceive a potential threat. Your mindset should be prepared to defend yourself if the need arises. Everywhere you go, you should be in condition yellow. You should keep a pretty good watch on the people around you, and you should continuously rate each person's danger level in your mind. When I'm walking around, I get on the elevator, I size up the people in the elevator. When I'm walking by, I see a group of guys, I size up those people. I am rating their danger level in my mind so I can be prepared to operate if I need to. There's no specific threat situation at this point. Your mindset is that today could be the day. I may have to defend myself. Now, you are simply aware that the world is potentially unfriendly. It's an unfriendly place. We know that. And that you're prepared to defend yourself if necessary. You use your eyes and your ears, and you don't have to be armed in this state. But if you are armed, you should be in condition yellow. You should always be in yellow whenever you're in unfamiliar surroundings or among people you don't know. You can remain in yellow for long periods as long as you're able to watch your six, check your back. In yellow, you are taking in surrounding information in a relaxed but alert manner, like continuous 360-degree radar sweep, you can say, as Cooper used to put it. He say, I might have to shoot. So you're in mind that I might have to shoot or I might have to defend myself. Next, we have condition orange. Now, this is specific alert, okay? It means that there is a potential threat that has gotten your attention. This can be almost anything and usually results in nothing, at which time you go back to condition yellow. An example of condition orange could be when you spot a firearm under the bulky coat of an individual. Instantly, you determine what you're going to do if he reaches for that gun. Now, something is not quite right, and it has your attention at this point. Your radar has picked up a specific alert. You shift your primary focus to determine if there is a threat, but you do not drop your six. You're still checking your six. Your mindset shifts to, I may have to shoot that person today, focusing on the specific threat, which has caused the escalation in alert status. If you're not carrying a gun, hey, I might have to punch this person today. I might have to fight this person today. In condition orange, you set a mental trigger. If that person does X, I need to stop that person. Your fist or your pistol, well, let's just say that your pistol is going to remain in your holster at this point. Staying in orange can be a bit of a mental strain. Now, if I'm fighting, my hand may be up. Hey, man, what are you doing? What's going on? But I'm getting myself primed and ready to go in condition orange. All right? You can stay in condition orange for as long as you need to. If the threat proves to be nothing, you shift back to condition yellow. Now, the final stage here is condition red. That means fight. Fight or flight, but for us, it means fight. It means that you're in a lethal mode of mindset and will fight if the circumstances are warranted. So in the make-believe scenario, remember I talked about the guy with the bulky coat? He draws that gun from under his coat. At this point, you implement your action plan that was determined during condition orange. This doesn't always mean fight. If there are too many innocents around or you don't have the means, your best plan might be to wait and see what happens or even retreat or call the police. Your mental trigger that you established back in condition orange has been tripped. So I say, if X happens, I'm going to shoot this person. Or if X happens, I'm going to hit this person. So in short, the color code helps you think in a fight. As the level of danger increases, your willingness to take certain action increases. If you ever do go into condition red, the decision to use lethal force has already been made. Your mental trigger has already been tripped at this point. So let me simplify this for you a little bit more and a little quicker. White means you're unprepared and you're unready to take lethal action. If you're attacked in white, you will probably die unless your adversary is totally inept. Yellow means your life may be in danger and you may have to do something about it. Orange means you have determined upon a specific adversary and you're prepared to take action which may result in his death, but you're not in lethal mode yet. And red, you're in lethal mode and you're going to shoot or beat this person if circumstances warrant. Let's talk about how long does this process take. In reality, you would not think of Cooper's color code. With practice, the process becomes ongoing and continual for you. I mean, it's automatic for me. When I walk into a restaurant or walking down the street or get into elevator, I go through this mental process very, very quickly. So when you enter an environment, your mind must be performing a careful assessment for self-defense. You watch traffic, you observe people, you notice a rock formation with crevices large enough to shelter a bear, let's say if you're out in the woods. Your mind is going to jump from yellow to orange and back without conscious thought. When you think about this, when you train in this, you're going to automatically do Y when X occurs. So Colonel Jeff Cooper developed his color-coded situational awareness for individuals basically whose careers depend on constant vigilance, like me, a military and law enforcement. But the world has changed, and many feel that everybody needs to remain aware and ready to defend themselves. So whether in an urban setting or the wilderness, Cooper's Code is an excellent tool to help you develop the skill of continual alertness, keeping your primary focus on potentially dangerous situations for self-defense. Being aware and prepared to act with a mental trigger is the first step in self-preservation. So I hope this explains the Cooper Color Code to you, and every time I mention it in one of my videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please take the time to like my videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, one last thing. Remember to get these ultra brutal fight-ending moves. These are free, but they're so nasty and brutal that YouTube simply won't allow FightFast to show them on this platform. Again, this lethal training is yours for nothing. Just get to the description below and click on the link.